Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm James Schaefer. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In top story sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. A Henderson psychologist is going to prison for the death of his wife. 59-year-old Gregory Brent Dennis will spend up to 10 years behind bars after pleading guilty to voluntary manslaughter in the 2015 death of his wife, attorney Susan Winters. Dennis originally told police his wife had consumed a lethal amount of prescription painkillers and antifreeze, but investigators found that Dennis lied to police and had a financial motive to kill her. In other news, more alleged acts of student violence making headlines, this time at Spring Mountain Youth Camp in Mount Charleston. Las Vegas police are investigating an attempted homicide, which police say happened Friday morning. The youth camp is a juvenile facility for teen boys who've been sent there because of delinquent acts. In health, Nevada Donor Network and the Latin Chamber of Commerce of Nevada have partnered to launch Corazón de Esperanza, or Heart of Hope, a statewide Latino organ, eye, and tissue donor outreach campaign. Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour has more. Renee?
James, with nearly 600 Nevadans waiting for a life-saving transplant, Governor Steve Sisolak says we can all do our part to bring hope to those who are waiting.
Would you stand up? This man is alive today. This young man is alive today because of the generosity of his donor.
According to Stephen Peralta, president of Nevada Donor Network, historically, multicultural communities are less likely to register to become organ, eye, and tissue donors due to myths and misconceptions, coupled with a general distrust of the healthcare system.
Solving these challenges are one of the main reasons why we are here today. There is a higher likelihood of achieving a match if the donor and the intended recipient share the same ethnic background, and critical factors such as blood type, tissue markers are more likely to be found among the same members of the ethnic group.
Members of the Latin Chamber of Commerce will serve as ambassadors for the campaign, connecting their customers, colleagues, and loved ones to lend more trust to the organ donation process. This is the first initiative of its kind by the two organizations. James?
In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. NV Energy is getting ready for the summer. The utility is performing upgrades at its Silver Hawk generating station north of Las Vegas to make sure its power plants can deliver the energy needed to keep Las Vegas cool. At its peak, the station can generate 520 megawatts of power. For your weather forecast, a red flag warning is in effect today until 8 p.m., getting up to 29 miles per hour. That paired with highs today in the 70s and lows in the 50s. For the rest of your week, things are heating up. Triple-digit degree heat is coming for us starting Sunday. Until then, the highs will be creeping up to the 90s, lows getting from the 50s to the 70s. Winds will stick around with us until Thursday, with forecasts expected up to 10 miles per hour. In lifestyle, sponsored by Visit Laughlin, an easy-going getaway filled with good food, good people, and good times on the river. It's swimming season again, and Clark County wants everyone to stay safe around the water. The county's fire and parks and recreation departments demonstrated life-saving techniques today in Hollywood Aquatic Center.
If you have kids, you have to have someone watching them at all times. And even if you don't have kids and you're at a body of water where kids are playing, it would be extremely beneficial for you to keep an eye on too if you're not already doing something. But it's only a brief lapse in attention and these children can drown.
Officials say drowning is the leading cause of death for children 1 to 4 years old. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability, Circa Sports is setting up shop in Illinois. CEO Derek Stevens says Circa has a deal with Full House Resorts to open a retail sports book and a casino to be built in the Chicago suburb of Waukegan.
They're in other states. They're in Colorado and Iowa as well. But in those states, they're strictly online. They're in an app.
Starting later this year, Circa also will offer sports wagering in Illinois through mobile apps. Meanwhile, a slot technician at Red Rock Resort is appealing a decision to deny a revote on forming a union. Jeremy Barrios wants to stop the International Union of Operating Engineers from representing technicians in contract negotiations with Red Rock's parent company. And he wants the National Labor Relations Board to reverse a regional board's decision on the revote. A Red Rock representative would not comment. And the city of Las Vegas has a new spot downtown for Uber drivers to park. Registered drivers can use the City Hall garage on Main Street to wait for ride requests, use the bathroom, or connect to Wi-Fi. The city says the program is designed to ease congestion and manage curb space downtown.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. There was a 0.5% chance that the Golden Knights could move up in Tuesday's NHL draft lottery, and hopefully fans didn't hold their breath because that was not enough for the VGK to move from the bottom spot. As anticipated, the Golden Knights drew the 16th overall pick, but because of their trade with Buffalo for center Jack Eichel back in November, that pick is going to the Sabres. The Knights losing their first rounder means they're not scheduled to pick until 48th overall in the second round. The 2022 NHL draft takes place July 7th and 8th in Montreal. Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoky and Cigar Shop. Scotty Scheffler is the 11-1 favorite at the Westgate Superbook to win the AT&T Byron Nelson, the final tune-up before next week's PGA Championship. Justin Thomas is the 12-1 second choice, followed by Xander Schauffele at 18-1, Sam Burns at 20-1, and Will Zalatoris, Jordan Spieth, and Dustin Johnson at 22-1.
In entertainment, a rock and roll Hall of Famer is enjoying Las Vegas so much he's extending his stay here. Review Journal's columnist John Katsamidas has the details.
It is time to get spiritual once more with Carlos Santana at House of Blues at Mandalay Bay. The rock legend has added 16 dates beginning September 14th and running through November 13th this year. On May 18th, he's back for an 8-show run that coincides with his 10th anniversary at House of Blues. Remember, Santana also headlined for a long time at the Joint at the then Hard Rock Hotel, so he is an ever-rocking resident performer in Las Vegas, riding high on his latest release, Blessings and Miracles.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news, streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.